All right, welcome back to Random City Sports Ballers. All right, fellas, we are going to take a look. What are we going to take a look at? Catchers. In Yahoo head-to-head categories 5x5, these are the catchers that I will be targeting early, catchers that I might target a little later, and this is what my drafts you'll notice that I have done. Okay. In the early stages, one of the fellas that we're all going to be looking at is going to be William Contreras. I mean, come on, fellas. Him and Adley Rutschman, these two, they're getting over 500 at bats with some pretty great numbers that they're looking at, but that's last year. What is their projection for this year? Again, same thing. Pretty great numbers, right? Batting average is something that you might care about. I personally don't. Let's take a look at what we've got here after these two. Salvador Perez and Cal Raleigh. Well, I would be looking at Cal Raleigh. You know what my philosophy here is. I'm going after power, and I'm building an army of pitchers. All right, Cal Raleigh fits that so nicely. You know, last year he had 34 home runs. This year they're projecting he'll have 32. Great numbers in RBIs and runs. I don't think he steals bases. There aren't many catchers that are going to steal more than a couple. Contreras is going to maybe get 7. That's their prediction. But that batting average, what a nightmare of a batting average, okay? So if you want to boost your batting average and sacrifice some of your power, then you come on over here and you switch down to Yanier Diaz, all right? And he'll qualify catcher and first base. Salvador Perez, same thing. Salvador Perez, still pretty great numbers, right? How many years is he going to do this? How many years is he going to just knock the cover off the ball over and over again? But now we're starting to get into the players that were below 500 at bats. So we're losing volume. All right, so we look at Willson Contreras. Here's the thing about Raleigh. Actually, let's do a deeper dive. Okay, we've zoomed ahead and we're in a deeper dive. So let's take a look at where these catchers are getting drafted in my most recent draft. So this is average draft, well, not really average draft position, but this is where they've gone. You can see William Contreras, pick 8 of round 5. All right? But then you could wait 2 more rounds. Watch this. You could have waited 2 more rounds. You could have gotten Diaz here. Here's Adley Rutschman in round 7, pick 6. And we continue to look along. Salvador Perez, round 8, pick 1. And we continue on, and if we take a look, that's the whole point of the Cal Raleigh contingency. We're still not seeing any more catchers until round, you ready for this? 10. Round 10, pick 9. Cal Raleigh went there to my team. So I've saved 5 rounds on catcher. 3 rounds if I was looking at Rutschman or Salvador Perez, but I've got the power in that bat all the way down at round 10. Will Smith goes in 11, and let's take a look here. Who else is up next? Because now that we've gone through that, there's Real Muto in round 13, Willson Contreras in round 13 as well, and you know, at this point, fellas, Francisco Alvarez, well, I might just, there's Shea Langoliers. I do like Shea Langoliers. For my philosophy, he works out great in round 15. But we're waiting this long, guys. Round 15, I like it. I like being able to use those other picks on other bats. And that kind of lines up with what we see here. Except this rank right here, 106, you know, where I got him was pick, 126? But, okay, so we're talking about, are we looking for that catcher early, sacrifice a little bit of our power, gain a little bit in our batting average, actually gain quite a lot in batting average, but we have to go 3 rounds earlier? I take the later pick and load up on bats other locations. You know, first base, third base. What a nightmare this year. Am I right? So if I've waited that long and I've got down here where I'm talking Will Smith and Real Muto, I'll take Langoliers, because Langoliers I can get, as we just saw, that was in round 15. Okay. Francisco Alvarez round 15. I'd rather have Langoliers than Alvarez in round 15, but Okay. So Real Muto, we know that his best days are behind him. Langoliers gets power, he gets RBIs, low batting average. All right, 455 at bats, so decent volume. Logan O'Hoppe, last year he had 20 home runs. They're expecting him to improve on his power. Francisco Alvarez, I can see him boosting his power back up. Tyler Stevenson, not a bad pick, not a great pick. Sean Murphy, Austin Wells, these guys, are you getting them in the end of the draft? I mean, I've got one where I've got Ryan Jeffers down here. I got Ryan Jeffers at catcher because I waited till the very last pick, basically. That allowed me to fill in so much more, but Jeffers, not exactly ideal to have, but his numbers are not dissimilar to, let's take a look, Sean Murphy, whose numbers are not dissimilar to Tyler Stevenson, whose numbers are not that far off from Francisco Alvarez. There's a small boost, but then you get up here to Real Muto, and I can't tell you why I would take Real Muto over, let's say, Austin Wells or Ryan Jeffers. I don't see that, so you'll see me skip out on some of these. If I'm going early for a catcher, if I'm going real early for a catcher, and I'm saying round 5, I like Contreras. Rutschman, I would wait a couple of rounds longer, round 7, 8. If I like Salvador Perez, I'm probably targeting him around round 9 or 10. Raleigh, same thing, 9 or 10. Diaz, I think I would rather wait on Diaz, but some folks are grabbing him early because they want the batting average. They're going after that batting average. All right, sacrificing the power to take batting average. It's about how you're building your team. If you're wanting batting average, fine. I find it too volatile. It's unpredictable. Even year to year, it's unpredictable. But unpredictable week to week. Unpredictable in any given moment. So I try not to draft for that, but guys are going to get their power numbers are going to be very similar. They're not going to hit 30 fewer home runs in a year. They're going to hit 3 fewer or 3 more. But in batting average, you might drop 30 points in batting average over the course of a year. What did he do in 2024? Let's take a look. In 2024, Diaz hit 299. He didn't change by much, did he? Over the previous year. Let's take a look at him personally. We're going to look at his season stats. We're going to go take a look at him. 2023, 282. 2024, 299. Improvement. Dropped 7 home runs, even though he got many more at bats. So what Diaz did here is he improved his batting average significantly, got more RBIs, more runs, fewer home runs, and stole 2 bases. Where do you think that's going to go? You know what? I like Yanyer Diaz. I don't know how I pronounce his first name, so I don't know. Diaz. I'll just say Diaz. I like Diaz, so if you want to take him, be aware of the draft capital you're investing. The draft capital you're investing is going to be, we'll take a look again, for Diaz, that was round, where'd you go, Diaz? Yeah, here, round 7. It's not a terrible draft pickup right there. So my early guys that I'm personally looking at, I like William Contreras. I like Diaz. I'm not so sold on Rutschman, although you might be, but I'll take one of those other fellas. I'll actually take a Cal Raleigh if I'm wanting to wait, because the bats and pitchers that I can fill in these positions compared to waiting those 3 more rounds, 5 more rounds in the case of Contreras. Although I do have Contreras, I'm sure you've seen some of my drafts. I have Contreras. I was able to grab him in my league, and I was happy with the outcome. But I'd rather have Cal Raleigh because it allows me to load up. In my middle rounds, that's a good pickup for a catcher. Later, Langoliers, round 15. Even much later, and I don't care who I'm grabbing for the most part. You get down here into rounds 22 and 3. This person took Tyler Stevenson with 22, pick 3. Fine. But yeah, if you're waiting until the end of the draft, just grab the guy that you think is going to be the best for you. If that means Tyler Stevenson, that means Tyler Stevenson. If that means Jeffers, go after Jeffers. If it leaves Connor Wong, I don't hate Connor Wong. In fact, I kind of like Connor Wong. You know, there's nothing wrong with putting Connor Wong on a team. But yeah, folks, if you're looking to wait, there's still guys that are going to get you decent stats in some categories. Travis d'Arnaud still playing, getting 300 at-bats last year, so that's pretty nice. Joey Bart, I don't see a serious improvement here. Joey Bart, not a lot of volume. Herrera, not a lot of volumes. You really do want some volume, but you don't want to hurt yourself. Me personally, I like power. I like Jeffers and his little bit of extra power. That 8 home runs in the year last year. That's what, 1 extra home run every 2.5 to 3 weeks. That one might win you a category, but it's just better productivity. The batting average of Connor Wong's, the improvement in batting average, might make it worthwhile to you. So, when you're looking at catcher, figure out where you're going to take him. Am I taking a catcher early with Contreras or Rutschman or Perez? Diaz, expect Diaz to go, around 7 to 10. Rally, expect people to hold off on Rally because he doesn't get the batting average. He gets the home runs and RBIs, though. I love home runs and RBIs. So it's all up to the build that you're building. But for me, my build, Rally fits the purpose. Langoliers fits the purpose. I could take the chance on Diaz if he waits longer in the draft. I'm just saying, I don't want to grab a pitcher or a catcher in the 2nd, 3rd, 4th, 5th, 6th round. I just can't do it. There's too many other positions to fix. Like I said, 3rd base, what a nightmare. 2nd base, oh my gosh, what are we doing this year? This is a rough one. I've got catchers at the bottom of my list of priority. They're not at the top where I have some of these other positions. So for me, I deprioritize catcher to make up for 3rd base, 2nd base, relief pitchers, starting pitchers. There's so much more that I can do with that pick. All right, well, we'll do one of these for each position. I'll talk about the players that I'm targeting. Players I'm not targeting Rutschman. I am not targeting Real Muto. I am not targeting, anybody else is just fine because of how late you're getting them. So, take that for what it is, fellas. Appreciate you tuning in.